Marlene Imirzian. I'm principal of Imirzian Architects. I had a wonderful, close, large family and very supportive teachers and mentors.
Oh, that's
I became an architect only because my high school government teacher told me he thinks I would want to be an architect, and I had no idea what it was. And he sponsored me to go to an architecture firm to see what they do. And it was life-changing.
nice.
It was the most amazing. Yeah, because of a high school government teacher. Well, I think we can always have, everything we do is about the greater good and trying to minimize damage and waste. And so I think that's really applies to almost anything we do in life. And in architecture, there's potential for every project to be an asset to the community beyond the specifics of maybe what's in the rooms. How does it limit impact on the location, on the environment, and how does it optimize everything that could be done beyond just the space needs to provide an amazing place that people can occupy. So we start with a very intense investigation into the client and the project. I do not start with a building idea. I start with very in-depth looking at what are the goals, what are the aspirations. So beyond, what do they need? What are they aspiring for, whatever it is that the project is, whether it's a business or a house or whatever. And I'm listening to how they talk about how they want to work or how they want to live. And then we do a very detailed evaluation of the project site. What are the potentials? What are the opportunities on the project site? And then do the collaborative kind of workshop with our clients, going through kind of all the things that they need and doing detailed sketches of all the things that they tell us in terms of what they need. And then from that comes conceptuals. What could we do on this for this project on this site that reflect what I heard? And that's where the design comes from. So everything about doing good work is about other great people that are working with me. So from the beginning, I've looked for the absolute best people to collaborate with for every aspect of what I do in a project. So whether it be engineering, sound design, or legal matters, I'm looking for the best thinkers. So we have fantastic collaborators for civil engineering, landscape architecture, interiors, structural engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. These are very, very engaged in the early thinking of projects. They don't just come in after, I have some idea. I'm talking to them about, how should we be thinking about this project? What are the opportunities, etc. My mentors are prevalent in terms of how I think and published, and the most in terms of how I work.
Okay.
Well, I think that it's a tough game. So, you just have to, thank goodness, it's still extremely, it's extremely compelling for me. I've lost, I'm just as excited and interested about my next project, no matter what it is. I think that the reality of practice and the challenges with landing work and there's a trend towards, different ways of client evaluation and procurement. And so I think that those things are probably the biggest challenge in terms of practice. It's very important that you understand what architecture is. And by that means find an opportunity to have some time in an office so you can see what architects do, get a sense of what the profession is. And so that is the biggest thing I can recommend. And also that first job you get, like if you're going to get a summer job or a job in between degrees or your first degree, that first job is extremely important. Find a firm that can give you a exposure to a wide range of architectural experiences